Hello. Hello. I can't believe I'm sick. I'm so mad. I got all dressed up for you guys. Well, on the top half, I'm dressed up. Don't tell. Okay. I'm shuffling, my people. I'm shuffling. Here we go. Come on, magic cards. So we are going to ask these cards what is in it for women in this next trip around the sun. You ready? Okay, I'm just going to grab the first one that pops out. Oh, I think this one wanted to pop out. Shut the front door. Oh my gosh, I love it when this happens. You guys, today's conversation is about how you can increase confidence. I swear to God, I didn't rig it. I promise. Can you see it? I don't know if you guys can see it. Come on, camera. Come on, focus for me, baby. Get off my face for just a sec. There you go. Have confidence. I think it might be backwards for you guys, but it's not for me. Have confidence. Moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God or the universe is enough, along with knowing that the universe works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us, your angels, if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy your courage and faith. Boom. All right, people. So that was awesome. I can't believe that just happened. That was so cool. Okay. So, on Tuesday, which is my actual birthday. So today is not my actual birthday, but we're pretending. Because it's the 26th, we're just going to flip it and pretend it's the 29th. Because Tuesdays are my busiest days. So I couldn't do a live coffee with Coach on Tuesday on my actual birthday. So we're doing it right now. And there's also a lot, like a really kind of fresh podcast episode for Tuesday, right? Because it's my birthday. So we'll see what happens with that, because heaven only knows. And I'm so sorry for coughing all through our coffee with Coach today. So here's the deal, beauties. Over the last year, oh my gosh, so much has happened. Some of it I can talk about. Some of it is not just my story, so I can't fully talk about it. And I don't mean that to be like, oh, I hope it's secret. It's not like that. It's more that, like, as things unfold and I'm able to share when it is just my story, I will do that. I'm excited about that. I think there's so much to share, especially for women, in what I've gone through over this last year. As you guys know, our daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. That has been unbelievable and humbling in so many ways. And I think, I always talk to you guys about how true it is that we are all the same. Like, we're all just human. And I think that this really helped remind me of that. And I needed that. I deserved that. Like, you know what I mean? I deserved it, not like, here's your punishment, but deserved to live inside of what I teach. And I think that that's important. And I think the podcast on Tuesday will be a lot like this, where I'm just going to say, listen, teaching you guys from what I know and what I study. I mean, this is just my sliver of life that I get to teach from and share about. And inside of that, I have to be the best person I can be, right? I can't tell you guys to go out there and be great with other people. I can't tell you guys to have sweaty 10-minute conversations and then not have them myself, right? It really pulls me to be the very best version of myself that I can be. And so I really want to thank you guys for that. And that's something I really learned this year as well. And the other thing I learned this year, and as you guys come in, please say hi so I know that you're here. I know it's not quite like the other lives we used to do, right? Where I could call you out and be like, good morning, Laura. Hi, Michelle. Good morning, Clara. Like, I can't do that now. So you're all secret and hiding from me. But anyway, come and say hi. But I really wanted to thank you guys for that. And that's what I've learned this year too. And I'm so sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear it. My phone is buzzing. Because those of you that play Wordle, today was brutal. That's all I'll say about that. I got it in 6. Most of my girlfriends got it in 6. We have one who got it in 3, and I think we're all in a fight with her officially. My son got it in 4. Told him he can't play with us anymore. Hey, Joy. Good morning. Oh my gosh. We have officially represented both sides of the United States. Good morning, Joy. I'm so happy you're here. All right. So as I pulled the Have Confidence card, which I still can't believe, it's unbelievable. I really wish I could show you guys all my notes, but there's a couple people's names on here, so I can't for confidentiality reasons. But literally, the first one is how can we all be more confident in the coming year? So you'll hear more about this in Tuesday's podcast episode. But this year, we have some huge financial goals over here at Team Sarah. We're very excited and terrified, if I may be so honest. And to be kicking off this year with a head cold that, I can't even look at myself, you guys. I can't even look at like my camera because I can see in my eyes. I'm like, oh, she's got sick eyes. I'm like, who is that? Oh, wait, that's me. Okay. So here we go. As we are achieving bigger goals, and as we're looking towards what we can all do over the next 12 months, I know it is not officially your next turn around the sun, but it's your next turn around the sun with me. How about that? Can I be so bold as to say that? So I'm going to bring you along with my goals. I'm going to bring you along with some of our ideas and how much confidence that's going to take for all of us. And oh my God, I'm going to throw my phone out the window. Okay. And that was from my daughter who just said, hey, can we go to Disneyland? I just work here. I swear to God. Hey, Ilea, you know, it was Ilea's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Ilea. I know. Great people. Good morning. I want to say your name right. Is it Tovarada? Please tell me if I said that right. Thank you for being here. Good morning. All right, beauties. Here's the deal. We've got the biggest financial goals we've ever had. We have a round of sprints closing today at midnight. If you have not set in your application, we have 3 spots open. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 spots left in this round of sprints. So if you want in, now's the time. You know what? Let me not be a jerk. And if I'm going to say that to you, let me put the link in the chat so you guys can go fill out your application. If you've ever wanted to work with me and you're like, what is it like? Sprints are a great way to get a taste of the type of women that we attract over here at Team Sarah. They're, spoiler alert, effing amazing. And what we do together and the types of conversations we have. And the sprints are really designed to help you pick one goal and then sprint towards it. That's why we called it a sprint. And you're in there for 1 quarter. And I know for a lot of people who've never had a coach, who've never tried something like this, it's a great stepping stone to sort of test it out and see how you respond to coaching. And are you coachable? Do you do what you say you're going to do? And when you don't, how do you handle that? And it's just a really warm, loving environment. So if you want to check that out, that closes at midnight Eastern tonight. Okay, I feel like a newscaster. And in other news. All right, so in other news, as we are achieving the biggest financial goals, they're on a board right there, right next to the camera. You can't see them, obviously. But we have all of our launch schedule up there and what we're looking to do. And you guys, I'm a big fan of evergreen content because I want you to always be able to come and get what you need. I know there are people who can't always afford to work with a coach. I totally get that. And that's why the podcast is always free. It's why I do Coffee with Coach for free. And it's why I have Sarah Uncut. So I can give and give and give, which is part of today's conversation on Coffee with Coach too. So as I look at this huge financial goal, it makes me sweat a little bit. What I have on this board are the names of all of the students. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. All of the students and all of the clients that are currently enrolled with us at Team Sarah, and individual names, because no one is anything but a human being in our team. And I'm really proud of that. And every time I look at that, there's so much energy coming off that board. These women are doing amazing things. I also want to let you guys know, if you've wanted to work with me one-on-one, we now have a wait list. I'm at capacity. I can't take any more. And we have a wait list that should open up again in May. So if you're interested in that, let me know. What does it take to do this? You guys, what does it take to set a financial goal that's up there on that board that makes me want to sweat, right? Here's what I want you to know. Throughout my career, right? And this comes from my own pain, right? Because I was raised super poor. When I left my corporate job, I thought I was going to die. I had no idea how I was going to make money. I remember being at a CVS and needing to buy mascara and not knowing how I was going to find the $4. Like literally, yeah, I could have thrown it on a credit card, but I was like, it's freaking mascara. Why do I not have this money? I mean, that's literally where I was after this huge 6-figure job, corner office, all this stuff. Was like, wait a minute, that money's going to run out. What do I, oh my God, right? That feeling of like, what am I going to do with this? And so I studied and studied and studied. And that's why we're here today. And I want you to understand these financial goals are not like, so I have money. I'm good. We're good, right? It's about, I want to say, and I want my team to have a say. I want all of us to have a say over where that money goes. And for all women, I want more of a say from all of us in how money is circulating and to whom it is circulating, right? We know money and the drive for money can make people a little kooky and they do crazy things. They do not wonderful things, right? If women were in control of more money and talking about where that money flows throughout the world, I don't think we'd be where we are right now. So that's what that's about. And I want to be really clear because sometimes people hear, oh, a huge financial goal. How nice for you. It's like, yeah, it is. And it's also so that we can say where that money goes, right? It's not necessarily so we can keep it. It's about where's it going to go? Who's it going to support? What causes are we going to affect and change? What conversations are we going to change? And the conversation of dropping bombs on other people's children is one I'm personally really out to change, not to mention access to clean water. There's a lot out there that we can do with that money, and that's what we're up for. Okay, so I just want to be clear about that. Okay, thanks, Sarah. And the sprints have been life-changing for Sarah, she says, and that the mic is fun on her. And thank you, Sarah. I so appreciate that. It's a nice birthday gift you're giving me there, letting me know. Feedback good. All right. So when you guys are sitting here listening to me, what I'd love you to do right now is I would love for you to write down a number you'd like to make. Okay, no one's going to know if you're driving. Please don't do that. But I want you to consider how much you want to make. And I'm going to make it super simple, okay? I want you to think about how much money you want to make in the month of April. Just think about the month of April. That's it, okay? Write that number down. Month of April. Go. And Ilea, yeah, the mic has been cutting out. At least it looks like it is on my end too. So I appreciate the feedback. I'm just going to keep trying to just shove it in there. I think it's because I have a Mac and I have all the extensions. Anyway. All right. So you've written down your number for the month of April. Now what I'd like you to do is double it. Go ahead. No, seriously, knock it off. Oh, good. Thanks, Ilea. Yeah. Go ahead and double it. Like whatever you wrote down, I want you to double it. Okay. And if you're like catching this live stream later, or you're catching it and you're in the middle of April, don't get hung up on this. Pretend you're doing this for May. Right? Oh, I hit the mic now. I'm sorry, Mike. Right. Just keep going. Come on now. Get it together. Don't let anything stop you. It's part of what we need to talk about, right? Okay. I want you to look at that number, and I hope it gives you a little bit of butterflies. Now, what I want you to ask yourself, okay, look at the number, like get like connected to the number that you just doubled, right? That doubled number, want you to look at it. Okay, I'm looking at mine. Yeah, every time I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's go. Those are lives that we're going to change. That's what's behind that, right? Okay, we got this. Now, I want you to ask yourself, you don't have to get stuck on this right this minute, okay? The answer may not come right now, but we're going to open up your mind by asking a question. And the question is, how could I make that happen? That's it. Let it work on you. How could I make it happen? Another way to ask that is, what would I need to sell to make that happen? How many human beings would need to come into my life to make that happen? How many amazing souls could I touch to make that happen? You see how that you're asking that? It's like you're opening yourself up to be like, oh my God, I totally forgot. I have this incredible ability. I'm totally making this up, to cross stitch. And people don't know how to do that anymore. I'm going to hold a cross stitching class, and I'm going to talk about it at the local community center where I know everybody wants to learn how to do this. Right? Do you see, I don't know, right? Let your mind wander. Let it start to create stuff for you. I have a client that I worked with recently where she really needed money. Like she's like, oh my gosh, I have a certain amount I need. And it was actually for health insurance, right? She'd quit her job. She's like, this is what I need to make every month for health insurance. This is what I need. This is what I need. And because we kept talking about it, I was like, write it down, look at it, put up Post-its, do everything you need to do to keep that present for yourself. You'll find it. You'll find it. And here's the key to this exercise, you guys. The money's already out there. You're not inventing it, right? It's not like you have a printing press in the basement. It's already out there. And people are looking for you, right? So all you're doing is saying, oh, right. It's already there. It's already in circulation. What can I offer to participate in that circulation? I love that we call money currency. It's creating currents all over the world, right? So jump into the current that you want to jump into. Do you see what I'm saying? Offering the service you want to offer, and let your mind be opened up to what's possible. But if you look at that number and you say, oh yeah, right, you've just killed all the possibility. And now I can't help you. And you can't help you because you shut your brain down. And that's physiological. That's not even woo-woo. If your brain thinks it has an answer, it stops working. Yeah, that's for other people. I can't do that. Oh, it's so easy for Sarah to say. All that junk that you have in there, shut your brain down and you can't think now. And that's crazy. Like, why would you do that to yourself? What do you have to lose to keep your brain open? What do you have to lose to walk around this whole weekend going, I think Sarah might be crazy, but what could I possibly do to generate that number? Who could I be introduced to? Who could I go out and find? Where do I need to hang out? And let me tell you something. I'm going to say something really harsh, but I'm up for it this year and I'm very serious about this. You got to listen to who you're hanging out with. You have to really pay attention to the types of conversations you're having. If the only conversation anyone in your circle is having is about how it's impossible to make money, well, what reality do you think you're living in? And I love giving this stat, but if you think about your 5 closest friends, and this has been borne out by study after study, if you look at your 5 closest friends and how much they make, you take that average, that's your salary. Who are you hanging out with? You guys, this is why I love the sprints. Who are you hanging out with? These women are up to something. These women are doing stuff. They're holding themselves accountable. They've got a coach by their side who's like, you did what now? Were you hiding? What was happening there? And always with love and generosity and empathy so that you can move forward with a group of other people who are looking to move forward. If you want to stay where you are, you've been there. You've already been there. You're hanging. Why would you want to stay there if you're not happy? You really want to check that out. And I've been very clear. I mean, we fired clients this year, which I've never done before. There are a couple of friends who've fallen off, a couple of new friends who've come in, and we've been really rigorous about that. I personally have been really rigorous about that. I'm not interested in having conversations about why you're a victim. That doesn't help you. And I'm not interested in buying into the story that that's right, you can't ever make money. Right? One of my coaches, who I love and adore, Kathy Heller, just taught me that recently, which is, why would you co-sign on scarcity? Why would you say to somebody, you're right, I don't believe in you. Here, just have it for free. They don't do the work. Never works. It never works. So I've been getting more and more rigorous about how much I take a stand for the possibility of others. And I want to challenge you over this next trip around the sun to do the same. Challenge the thought patterns that you have in your circles. Is that real? And one of my favorite questions, which you can catch, I want to say it's podcast 109, I believe. There's a video here. I took it from the But What About the Money workshop. It's one of my favorite questions, which is, where did you learn that? Who told you that money was hard to make? Who told you that you have to stay in the same circle of friends your entire life? Who told you that? And I'm not saying your friends are bad people. Your friends are probably wonderful people. And hopefully they come with you on the journey and they enjoy challenging thought patterns. And if they don't, you know what? That's their journey and we have to honor that too. And so as we release some people from our lives, it's never with I'm so much better than you now. Like never. No, we love where everybody is and we choose where we want to go next. We choose what we're looking for. We choose the conversations that we have. And there's one thing I want to just leave you with inside of that part of the conversation. Sorry. My family's home today, so you're going to hear a whole bunch of crazy sounds you don't normally hear, but it's the weekend, so we love them. Is that what you don't change? Write this down. I'm just tell you right now, you're going to want to write this down. You get it? If you need a pen, I will send you one. All right. Write this down. What you don't change, you choose. Did that go in? What you don't change, you are actively choosing. And, I had to think about this in my own bedroom. Do you want to hear the craziest thing? So when I moved in here, this was my husband's house before we met. And he built it to sell it. And then I was like, I don't think you did. Anyway, I think you built it for little pitter patters of feet. And sure enough, anyway, he had, you guys know, I am not a 100% vegan, but I try very hard to stay on the vegan side of the world. And every once in a while I have to eat salmon because my protein count is so low, but whatever. Anyway, another story for another time. As a vegan, we don't really have leather things. And in my bedroom for 16 years, you guys, what you don't change, you choose, black leather lamps. I'm not even kidding. If I could make this up, I don't even know how I could make up black leather lamps. I did not know they existed. But he had a bachelor pad, right? And black leather lamps, and I never bothered to change them. One, I didn't want to hurt his feelings, right? And two, it was like, whatever. I'm so busy. I'm building a business. I'm growing people. There are people now here that weren't here. Right? I've been busy. And it occurred to me one day, I've actively chosen these now as a vegan to have black leather lamps in my bedroom. Yeah. The day I realized that, I went to Overstock and got new. I love Overstock, by the way. Best word. Painting behind me, Overstock. Best. Anyway, love Overstock. So no longer leather lamps in my bedroom, but that's an example of what you don't change, you choose. Okay. What we don't take the time to challenge in our lives, we're actively choosing. And it sounds like there's all the excuses, which is what I want to talk to you about next, right? There's all these excuses. And you can allow excuses to turn you into a victim, or you can allow excuses to become a challenge that you take on. Okay? That's really your choice. And we all have them. I mean, I could have said, "Oh, thank you, Anna." I could have said, "Oh my God, whatever, who cares? I don't care that I told everybody I'd go live for Coffee with Coach this weekend. I have a cold. I'm not going to." That could have been an excuse that would have stopped me doing what I'm here to do. Or it could be a challenge. And instead, how cute is this bowl, by the way? I have cough drops here, right? And I have sick eyes. And I'll be really sad later to look at this, see my sick eyes. But I don't care. I'd rather be here to deliver the message instead of having excuses. And you've heard this before, but you guys see how nuanced that is? Like, it's little tiny things all day. People think like an excuse is something like, "Oh, I can't until the kids are born. I can't until the kids are grown." Right? Like people really putting their lives on hold for 18 years. 18 years. Some people think of that as like an excuse, right? That is a large scale excuse. But on the daily, right? If I'm going to actually help you transform your lives on this next trip around the sun with me, it's going to be these small things that you show up when you have a cold, right? I wore a mask when I was with my trainer, so I didn't get him sick, stuff like that, right? But you still show up, right? You show up, you do what you need to do, cough drops, but you show up. You get black leather lamps out of your bedroom because you show up and you decide that your environment has to match who you are. You release conversations about, "Yeah, my boss sucks. I have no life. I hate my life." Like, is that the conversation you're interested in having for the rest of your life? Or are you going to have a conversation about what's possible for you? Are you going to have a conversation about what you're creating? Are you going to have a conversation about who you're going to have to become, which, by the way, is the real prize, in order to cause things to happen, right? We over here at Team Sarah, we may or may not hit that number by the end of the year, but do you know who we're going to have to become in order to try? Like, do you get the strength in that? And the way that you're going to have to knock excuses out of the way all along the path to hitting your goal? That's the prize, by the way. Because the outward stuff will come and go, right? That end result you're chasing, that will come and go. But who you've become, no one ever gets to take that from you. And you build on that, and you build on that, and you build on that. And when you get that that's actually the point, excuses go away because you see them now as challenges. You see them now as an opportunity to develop into the person you need to become in order to do what you're here to do. Yeah? Does that make sense? Do you guys see why I pulled the Have Confidence card today, or what? For those of you that are late, I like to do angel cards at the beginning. I think this is backwards for you. I'm not as familiar with YouTube as I am all the other platforms. Can you guys, I have to cover my face so my camera recognizes it. There we go. It says Have Confidence. I don't know if you can see that. And now it's back to my face. You're welcome. Yeah. So I pulled the Have Confidence card today, and let's talk about confidence. So those of you who've been with me for a while, in order to go at your dreams as fast and as furiously as you can, right? First of all, sign up for the sprints. We only have 3 spots left. Go. On your mark, get set, go. Link's right there in your chat, wherever you are. Okay, go. Now, in order to have confidence, you know what confidence is in my book? Okay. Confidence is the belief in yourself to figure something out. That's it. The end of the list. Okay. That's all confidence is. When we talk about how men apply for jobs, and like if they have 2 out of the 10 things they're supposed to have, they apply because they believe in themselves to figure out the other 8. Women, on the other hand, have been told to doubt everything they do all the time. Did I do that right? I don't know. Is my hair okay? I don't know. I think I gained weight. Oh my God. Right. Okay. So we're going to work on that this year. Have confidence. You're knocking excuses out of the park, and they're becoming challenges that are pulling you to be a better version of yourself, right? You're starting to clean up your environment, including who you hang out with and the level of conversation that you're having. You're looking at this big financial goal you just put down, right? And now you're looking at it going, oh my gosh, don't worry. We're coming back to that in just a sec. So in order to be more confident, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Here's some things you can do right today. And I just want to challenge you to do them over the weekend. It's my birthday, so I get to challenge you for stuff. Be nice. Okay. Oh my gosh. And we're having applications for the sprints come in. Awesome, you guys. It looks like we might only have 2 spots left, but get over here. All right. So in order to be more confident in your body right now today, Okay. Right now, this is free, by the way. Just do this. You ready? Stand up. What? Yeah. Oh, stand up a little bit more often, right? Do you see what I did with my shoulders? Shoulders back. This is I can't remember if it's Tony Robbins or Brendan Burchard. I can't remember. But the idea that like every once in a while, just ask yourself, is my neck parallel to the wall behind me or is it not? Right? Because you're like slouched over, right? So you always want to be like, oh, is my neck parallel to the wall behind me? It'll just lift you up. And what happens when you do that is you feel more confident. It's like physiological. It's not a trick, really. I mean, you sort of trick your brain, but not really. It's free. It's a small thing to do, and your confidence will go up. Smile. I'm not kidding. And not like, oh, you'd be so cute if you smile. Not that. No. Smile more. Be surprised by the world around you. Oh my God, that's amazing. Smile. Enjoy. Be in the world that you're in. Breathe. It's another way to increase your confidence. Nice deep breath. Have you ever noticed some of the most confidence? That's nice. Some of the most confident leaders we have on the planet, they don't answer questions right away. Have you ever noticed that? They take a second, they breathe. Actually, I think do you see? Like it's amazing. That also will increase your confidence. Strut a little bit here and there. It's okay. You can do it when no one's around, but it helps. It kind of just moves you around a little bit like that. And then keep your head up. Okay. Keep your head held high. Really. When you're walking around and you're looking at nature, this is something, by the way, those of you watching Project Wonderful, you guys should be following her because she talks about how to do this all the time, that you take in what's around you as far as what's beautiful and let that lift you up because you're part of that. And that's also what I mean by cleaning up your environment. All right. Ilea says that's so right. It's like when things settle down, then I'll be able to do it. Right. Yeah, that's right, Ilea. And it says there's always something and you have to learn how to work with obstacles instead of expecting things to be so hard. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh, you guys, I'm glad it's resonating because I think it's really important, right? It's really important that you hold on to what you're learning, that you lift your confidence up, trust yourself that you'll figure it out. And you guys, if you're feeling stuck, I'm not kidding. Come and join us in the sprints. That's where we figure this out. Okay. This is what we do. This is what we're here to help you do. It's what we do for ourselves. It's what we do for each other. That's what this is for. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing you can do, and I'm almost done, I swear. The next thing that we can do is just do it. Okay. So right now, today, I want you to think of the one thing you've been putting off. One thing. Maybe you haven't gone to the store. I'm serious. I don't care what it is. Maybe you haven't sent that email out to the corporation you really want to go speak for. Maybe you have an idea for a book and the outline have sort of come to you in the middle of the night and you keep pushing it away. Write out the outline today, right now. What are we waiting for? I mean, is the current state of the world not enough to remind us that we might not have tomorrow? Do you understand the freedom you have to even be hearing my voice right now? Like, do you get the amount of privilege that is? That you can decide what you want to eat for lunch today because you have a plethora of things to choose from? When you're thirsty, you can go get clean water like that. What are you waiting for? Like, really, what are you waiting for? I don't understand. Let's go. I mean, you guys, this is why we created this huge goal because I woke up and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I playing at this level? What is happening here? I'm going to stay safe for the rest of my life so people don't say mean things about me on the internet? Are you kidding me? Let's go. And that's what woke me up. And I want to share that with you because it's really what I'm up to this entire year. You're going to see me doing stuff that scares the crap out of me. And I want you to come with me. And you know what? We're going to look back on it and go, oh my God, I can't believe that used to scare me. Now I just do that on Tuesdays. Like that, no one can take that from you ever. You get to keep that forever. That is your personal development that you get to have with you forever. No one ever gets to pull that from you. Okay? So now I want you to go back as we're rounding out today. 2 things left, okay? 1, I want you to look at your number. Look down at the number that you said you wanted to make for April. I told you to double it. So if you wrote down, I'm going to make something up. Let's say you wrote down 5,000 for the month of April. You want to turn that to 10. If you wrote down 10, you're now looking at 20. If you wrote down $5, you're looking at $10, right? There's no judgment about amount, but there is one thing I want to tell you. The universe doesn't work in amounts. It works in energy. The amount is up here. It's not really real. And I know it feels really real when you have to pay your electric bill. I know. But what you want to understand as far as your projection out, your vision of what's possible for you, that's in here. The universe doesn't work that way. And if you're going to start to flip into who you need to become, how you need to show up, that's about matching the energy of a large amount of money. It's not about the actual number. We need the number because of our brains. But when you start taking action, right? When you start doing the things you know you need to do, when you start scaring yourself a little bit, when you're practicing confidence, what you're doing is you're lifting up what you see as possible, because you're starting to, like, I want to use the word vibrate, but I know that freaks some people out, but you're starting to run at a certain level. And that's why the conversations you're having matter so much, because you might start doing stuff that scares you because you're hanging out with me and I'm like, let's go, right? Oh my God. You're like, oh my God, this is working. I got a call back. I did that thing. Oh my God, my book's half written. Stuff's happening. And then you go have a conversation with Joe Schmo, who's like, life sucks. I don't know why you're doing that anyway. It's never going to work. And it's like somebody pops the balloon, right? And now you're back down where you started, where it's like $5 is really hard. You got to manage that because that's a real effect on you, right? So look up now, as you look at the number now, I want you to ask yourself right now, what would you have to believe to cause that to happen? Write it down. What would you have to believe to cause that number in your life? So if you wrote down something and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaking out. Let's just say it's $20,000 for the month. And you're like, oh my God, what would I have to believe to cause that? I might have to believe I'm really smart. I might have to believe I am so well connected. I might have to believe that I'm the best at what I do. And maybe if not the best, one of the very best. I would, sorry guys, I would have to believe that I'm going to figure it out. Do you see what I'm saying? And what that's going to do, you guys, is let's say you believe now that you're really well connected. That's going to cause you to take different actions. You're going to be like, oh, I'm really well connected. I'm going to reach out to Sarah and I'm going to talk to her about this. Or I'm going to reach out to that person who's in my industry that I've always admired. I'm going to ask them if they'd sit down with me and have coffee with me and talk to me about what they've learned. You see what I'm saying? You start to think differently because you're going to start to believe differently. And that's why your level of confidence matters so much, because it's going to cause you to take different actions. This is not woo-woo junk, you guys. It's actually science. Your beliefs dictate your actions. They always have. And that's why knowing what you believe is so important. So that's why I asked that question. I've energized your brain. Yay, Joy. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Sarah. It is inspiring, isn't it? Isn't it inspiring to have these conversations and be like, oh my gosh, you guys, they're inspiring for me too. That's why I love what I do so much, because it makes me be the best I can be. Even when I'm sick, I leave calls like this and I'm so inspired. Lives. It's not a call. Whatever. All right. Joy, I'm really glad, by the way, what you said there about how your brain feels energized. That's the key. Because now it's going to work on you, which is so effing cool, right? You're going to be, so, and I call them shower moments. You're in the shower. You guys know shower moments. And you're like, oh, I should call Joe from 5 years ago. Yeah, call Joe from 5 years ago, because that's your brain working on what you just created. And it has ideas and it searches for you, even when you're not thinking about it. That's what makes it so effing important, that you create these possibilities. And you guys, it's never going to be smooth sailing. Okay. Don't fool yourself. It's not going to be like, oh, I created a possibility and now the universe will conspire and it'll be so easy. Probably not. But would you want it to be? I mean, really think about it. If it was always easy all the time, what's going to happen? You're going to get freaking bored and you're going to either sabotage it or you're going to have to create something bigger that does challenge you. Stop being afraid of challenges. They're wonderful. They're not fun. Which will bring me to the second thing before I close today. They're not fun, but they're totally worth it. Like, what the hell else are we going to do? You guys want to sit around and watch more Netflix and eat jelly beans? Like, really? Is that what your life is for? Really? Which brings me to the last point for today, okay? And that is that as you're practicing your confidence, you now understand what you'd have to believe to generate that much income. You are now watching your conversations and you're sort of being aware, you're looking around. And you are accepting challenges, not allowing them to become blocks, but rather saying, who do I need to become to deal with this? What do I need to learn to deal with this? Who do I need to call to help me deal with this, right? Sign up for the sprints to help me deal with this. Link's right there. Okay, it looks like one spot might be left. Let's go. It has your name on it. Let's go. Fill out that app. Let's go. Okay. And then finally, what you need to do, you guys ready for this? There's something that we as humans do not do enough of. And because it's my birthday, you have to do it. Ha, 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 ha. It's not really my birthday yet, but that's okay. We're going to pretend. So, okay, what you have to do is this. You have to celebrate. You have to celebrate. And not just because it's my birthday, but you can do it that way if you want. But I want you to celebrate. Can you freaking acknowledge what you do every day? Can you just please knock it off with the negative self-talk and the BS that your brain loves to do to you? Can you knock it off already? Can you celebrate what you've done this last week? Can you celebrate how you've shown up for other people? Can you celebrate where you've grown in the last 60 days? Can you look at the tough conversations you've had? Can you look at the beautiful dinner party you created for other people? Can you look at what a great friend you are? I mean, are you freaking kidding me? Can you celebrate you for once in your freaking life, woman? Let's start celebrating what you do and who you are. Okay? Deal? Okay. It's my birthday. You have to. All right. So the state of mind is everything, and your body can do anything. It's your brain that you have to convince. Yes, absolutely. And I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this discussion. I love you guys to bits. Thank you so much for participating in my birthday coffee with Coach. We will continue with regular coffees with Coach. I'm going to have to do math. First, second, third, fourth. It will be on April 4th, right? Yeah, April 4th, which is the first Monday of the month. The first Monday of the month at 10 a.m. Eastern, I do go live, except for this month because it was a heck of a day and I didn't have the energy and I wanted to bring you guys this. So we switched it up. I know. You know why? I'm allowed. Because it was a challenge. I faced it. Here we are. You're welcome. Happy New Year for me. All right. So my beautiful people, I hope to see, I'm getting excited to go and read the sprint applications that I saw come in while we've been talking. I'm really excited. If that was one of you, we will get to you. We will let you know. Applications close at midnight tonight, you guys. Please come and celebrate with us. Come and enjoy and learn and grow and change the environment of who you're hanging out with by being with people who are up to the same game you're up to. Okay. It makes a significant difference in your life. And I'm not up for you sitting around not living your full life. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you. I'll see you on April 4th. And those of you in the sprints, I'll see you on the 1st. All right, guys. Bye. Real quick, Anna said, just before I go, I lied. Anna said, my 6-year-old just came in and heard Netflix and jelly beans and was like, ooh, I want to do that. That's right. That's right. You know why? Because he's 6. And that's appropriate when you're 6. You're grown women. Game is on. Let's go. I love you guys.